Hey guys! Alright, we have covered a couple different things. So far we have looked at snack lists, we've looked at paleo, a brief introduction to zone. Now I want to teach you how to actually apply zoning. So remember, the difference between zoning and paleo is more about the quality of food and has a fairly restrictive food range, food choices that you can eat. Whereas zone incorporates all food choices. So it teaches you how to be able to eat from all types of different foods in the right portions. But how do you do that? How do you apply that to your life? How do you go out to eat? How do you actually live a normal life but still be able to reap the benefits of eating zone and paleo? Well, hopefully you've already read CrossFit Journal 21, which looks like this. It was attached to the last email that we sent out. CrossFit Journal 21 is not just for CrossFitters. It's not just for people who work out. It is really just a good reference material that talks about zoning. It breaks it down pretty easy for you guys, so I still refer to it. It takes a couple minutes to read, but don't be lazy. Read it. Then we'll be caught up with what we're talking about today, which is how do you apply that to your life. I'm going to teach you two different methods of zoning. The very first one is going to be the block chart, which is in CrossFit Journal 21. And the next one is going to be the rule of thumb, which we'll cover next time. But for the block chart, in CrossFit Journal 21, you are going to see some charts that look like this. One is going to be a favorable. I believe this is a favorable. And then the unfavorable will be here. Now, unfavorable does not mean to not eat those foods. It just means to eat them in smarter, more responsible, exact and precise amounts. So I do want you to weigh and measure your food. If you don't have a measuring cup, if you don't have measuring spoons or a food scale, run to your grocery store, get it off Amazon, make sure you get that because you're going to need that over the next couple of days or weeks as you're really learning how to portion control your meals. So how do you actually apply the zone? You are going to take, let's just stick with eating paleo because that is kind of what we are here for. Let's just assume that you're going to eat paleo and zone as your snacks in between Eatology. And if you guys can stick to that for even a month, by then I will have taught you exactly how to eat all types of foods without doing bad, negative things to your body. But here we have our favorable chart. So it's going to be our proteins, our fruits, our vegetables, and our healthy fats. These are broken down into what Dr. Barry Sears has coined blocks. One block is 7 grams of protein, 9 grams of carb, and 1.5 grams of fat. And that is eaten in a 1-to-1-to-1 ratio. So those numbers must be present per each meal. Most females eat a 2-block meal, and most males eat a 3-block meal. Typically about 4 to 6 times a day, every 3 hours. So most females will be about 10 to 12 blocks a day. Most males will be about 15 to 18 blocks a day. So let's go back to single meals. How do you make that into a single meal? You will choose, if you're a female, we'll go with the 2-block example, you will choose 2 proteins, you will choose 2 carbs, and you will choose 2 fats. Now, if you remember on our snack list that we very first looked at the very first day, those snack lists were based off of food items from here, all broken down from the block chart. So you will just go ahead and go along, and let's say we choose 2 chickens. 2 ounces of chicken would be your protein for a 2-block meal. Let's choose broccoli. 2 cups is 1 block, so 4 cups of broccoli. And let's choose almonds. 3 almonds. 6 almonds would be a 2-block meal. So therefore, you have your 2 ounces of chicken, your 4 cups of broccoli, and your 6 almonds for a 2-block meal. And you can mix and match different carbohydrates if you want. I could have chosen 2 cups of broccoli and let's say something a little bit yummier, maybe a half cup grapes, and that would have been a 2-block meal too. So you can mix and match. Now this method, the block chart, does make you rely on using the block chart. Not always practical, but just get used to this for a few days. That way you'll kind of get the way it feels. And then the next time we meet, I will show you a way to be free of the block chart method, which you will probably enjoy a whole lot more. So until then, eat up.